Hey Bob, how you doing? Mark Pritt from ATP.
Good to see you, Mark.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. How's business?
Not bad. Not
Yeah.
bad, considering.
Yeah,
Sure.
I've really been excited about coming and seeing you. I've done a little homework. I found out that you have 10 company-owned stores, and Bob from Standard Motor Products told me that you had 6 outside warehouse distributor salesmen and 4 installer salespeople.
That's right.
Wow, that's awesome. That's great. How's business? It's up. It's down.
Yeah, a little up, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's your automatic transmission parts business?
Well, we don't really do a whole lot there.
You don't.
No, not in that category.
You're not. You know, it's interesting, Bob, because if I called on one of your stores and I asked them the same question, they'd give me the same answer. But in reality, they got filters in their filter line.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got some modulators and solenoids in their ignition line.
I'm sure. Yeah.
They got some seals in their seal line.
Yeah.
Yep, they got a pan gasket hanging around in their gasket line.
Yep.
And a couple bonus questions are flywheels and control cables. They've got that.
Yeah, you're right.
The reality is, Bob, you're in it, your stores are in it, but it's not on one shelf in one catalog, and therefore you don't really look at it as a line unto itself. One of the things that we do at ATP is we take all those components, we put it on one shelf in one catalog, and then we develop some programs to go out and grow that business for you. I got a great question for you. Transmission filters, are you up this year or are you down? You know, I sent you that email before I came in to find out if you were up or down, and did you have a chance to look at that?
I did, and I knew we were off, but apparently we were way off.
Yeah. Do you have any idea why that is?
Well, my sales guys tell me it's just the bad market.
Bad market.
Bad market.
Okay. All right. Would you say the decline took place in the last 4 or 5 years?
Oh, easily.
Okay. All right. Well, what I'm going to talk to you a little bit about today are some of the reasons why we find that transmission filter business is off. We actually send our unit sales to MEMA, as does Wix and Fram and AC Delco and many of our competitors, and we find that the industry is off double digits. So when I call on individuals like yourself, I find out that for the most part their business is off double digits as well. And we're gonna really kind of dig into that and show you how we can overcome that problem that exists in the marketplace. What we've done at ATP is we've developed what we call a level program. The level program was developed to tailor an inventory based on the types of customers that you service. We give them a number, Bob, you give them a name. Okay? Technician number 1 is a guy or gal that has no formal training. They work on the exterior of the vehicle. They'll change a transmission filter. They'll change a cabin air filter. They'll change a pan gasket. And they'll use our chemical additives. That's about as far as that individual is going to go. Then we have technician number 2. Technician number 2 has formal training. They use the components in level 2, which are front pump repair seals and gaskets, rear seals, flywheels, and cables. In addition, we have exhaust manifold kits and harmonic balancers at ATP, and those individuals will use those components as well. Okay? Technician number 3 does it all. Does everything above and beyond. They do a partial or complete disassembly of the transmission. They use the master repair kits plus in level 3 or level 4, and the matching bands, bushings, and washer sets. Do you think you have any of those in your marketing area?
Well, there's a lot of trans shops in the area, but I guess I don't know. There might be some guys out there.
Okay. Do you have any of those kind of components at this point in time?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, if you had nothing in stock, Bob, through your 10 company-owned store locations, level 1 through 4 to service the needs of all 3 of those types of technicians is a grand total of $2,658 a jobber. That's what it costs. Here's how we're going to go out and sell it. Okay? We want to pick out a day when your outside salesperson and our outside salesperson can go out and call on your customer. You need credibility when you walk into that installer's place of business. They need to understand that you're there to help them, not to sell them. And what we do when we make that call is we establish credibility right off the bat by giving them the ATP wall chart. The wall chart has all of the different pan configurations and filters that are available in the marketplace today. But one of the things that they're not aware of, and quite frankly, Bob, you're probably not aware of, do you know how many transmission fluids there are in the marketplace today?
Oh, I don't know, maybe 15?
Okay. That's a high answer. Most people think there's 4 or 5 or 6. They really don't know. There are actually 37 different transmission fluids in the marketplace today.
Oh, man.
Okay? You see where we have these black bottles, red bottles, and blue bottles?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Those are solutions to the problem. And what we've done here is we've created an additive that you can use with regular transmission fluid to modify it in those applications.
Okay.
When we show that to the installer, they need that chart. Okay? So what we've done here is by each of the 37 transmissions, we've got the different converters that they need for those applications. Okay? Red bottle, black bottle, blue bottle. More importantly, Bob, what brand of transmission filters do you stock now?
The wicks.
The Wicks. Okay. Do you carry an additive like I've showed you here at this point?
No, we just have the trans fluid.
Okay. And the Wicks filter.
Got some stop leak stuff, but
Okay. All right. So basically, when you sell a customer a transmission filter, you're really not helping them to sell the related fluid that they need for that specific application. Here's what we do at ATP. On the front of our box, if it uses one of these converters, friction modifiers as we call them at ATP, we put the bottle right on the box. So now, your counter guy can sell a transmission filter in ATP and a related chemical, not only helping the customer, but creating an additional sale for your company. We go from a $10 Wicks filter sale to a $20 sale with ATP, and the customers are glad. Not only that, your counter guy, when he gets a call for that application, he pulls that part off the shelf. If it needs one of these friction modifiers, he can tell the customer right there on the phone, I'm going to send you a bottle of AT206 with that application. Okay?
Yeah.
Do you have any B&G and WINS trucks running around in this part of the world?
well, yeah, I know we've got shops that are using their products.
Okay. They're also using a flush machine, Bob.
Yeah.
And we had talked a little bit earlier about the fact that your filter sales were down. And I told you that I was going to come to that and kind of explain why that is. WINS, B&G are just a couple of examples of companies that have sold the customer on the concept of flushing the transmission fluid out of the vehicle. In so doing, they don't offer filters. They really don't care about selling filters. Therefore, your filter sales decline or don't exist with those customers that bought those flush machines. WIN's objective, B&G's objective, is to sell an additive. ATP offers the same type of additive as B&G and WINS. This chemical AT209, you add it into the transmission, you run it in the vehicle for 5 minutes, it has a chemical reaction with transmission fluid, it cleans the varnish and debris out of the inside. Okay? Then you do a pan drop or a transmission flush, and we've got the same situation. Okay?
Okay.
The next thing we do is we have a dealer marketing kit. We want to promote the fact that the installer is doing transmission fluid and filter service to the consumer. So we're going to put some point of sale material out in front of their place of business to promote the fact that they do transmission service. Okay? There's a banner in this case, there's a poster, there's some consumer handout brochures that tell them it's time to test your fluid. While you're here, have them check yours, or you can check it yourself. There's a litmus test. They can dab it on there and look at it.